Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in today's episode, Maureen, I don't know why this feels like one of those episodes that one needs to whisper. You know,
right, because it's happening under the table and people, it's like it's just passing
in our
people
faces, but not
above
really.
the table. People are eating, but under the table things are happening.
Yeah.
And guys, so we came across this video of a young African American woman who was giving Dr. Umar his props for whatever he usually preaches about Pan-Africanism and the need of black people to stick together.
Yeah, and in this episode, she's just gonna be talking to us about her observations. And guys, I feel like we've done this episode before and
in a different form.
Yeah, but we were focusing on Africa, right? But also citing examples in America. And she's basically talking about the same thing. So if something keeps on clicking in your mind, and
then it's bound
keeps
to happen.
Right. But guys, let's just watch this video and then we're gonna be coming back with our commentaries to talk about it after the video. Consider subscribing if you've not, and leave us a comment on what you think about this episode. Let's watch.
Y'all, I think Dr. Umar is right. Let me explain. So after the election, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was an interview with an Asian dude and a white guy who voted for Trump. And the Asian guy asked the white guy, hey, why did you vote for Trump? And the white guy's response was that he wants to basically keep the white race growing. And he doesn't want the white race to decline by population and numbers. And that really opened my mind to think a little bit more, because when I'm thinking, you want the white race to grow, I'm thinking, okay, white people are going to have more kids. White people are going to be the ones, since, mainly white people voted for Trump. I mean, they're going to be the ones wanting to have the babies the most. I mean, they voted against abortion. I'm assuming that they're wanting to have the kids the most. But it's not that simple. Let me tell y'all something. They have been putting lately, and this is lately what I've been seeing, they have been putting the black and white relationship dynamic in the media so bad, in the music videos, the movies, the commercials, everything. And it just seems to me like they're going to try to eliminate our race over a course of generations. So basically, think about it like this. Say a black man or a black woman get in a relationship with a white man or a white woman, right? And the white woman or the black woman ends up getting pregnant, having a baby, a mixed baby. That baby then grows up and ends up, if they normalize it so much, the baby is going to grow up and be, most likely end up with a white partner. It's very likely, y'all. So he's not eliminating the bloodline that raised him. He's going to eliminate the black bloodline that's coming after him. So it would not be that way if he was getting in the relationship with a black person, or she was getting in a relationship with a black man. It would be like slowly erasing our race, if that makes sense. Like if white people are going to keep making decisions that keep us outnumbered by them. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but all of the colored people in the entire globe, it is like so many times more than the amount of white people and Europeans on the globe. Like, I need y'all to understand, we outnumber them globally, yes, but not nationally, not here in the U.S. So if they say we can't beat and kill them and we can't lock all of them up in jail, so the easiest way to keep them outnumbered is to make them erase their own race. Y'all, this unlocks so much in me mentally, because it makes me think like a lot of the stuff that we argue about be propaganda. Like, we sit up here and like black men sit up here and talk about how they don't like black women. They only like white girls. Y'all, all of this stuff is very much planned. It is not like, it's not just put in place like that by accident. When you see a majority of black women on TV, even Tyler Perry movies, there's gonna be a terrible black woman stereotype, a dangerous black woman stereotype that they're pushing on that exact show or movie or commercial. Like, they push the stereotypes that black women are too masculine, black men are too feminine. They push these things onto us so that we can date other races and eventually erase our own race in the meantime, over generations, y'all. And it's crazy because ignorant people do not think that deeply into it. They're just like, well, I mean, it's okay to have a white partner. It's okay if, my partner's not black. Yes, it is okay, but you do not realize the generational impact that is going to come from that. That's why I say Dr. Umar not wrong about everything he's saying. He's Pan-African, trying to keep up the population of black people, and black people are listening to media and mainstream stuff and TV, and it's making us not want each other. So that we end up getting with other races, having babies by those other races. Those babies end up having babies by those races as well. And our community and our population eventually gets wiped out. This is not far-fetched. I'm not reaching, y'all. This is actually how they're gonna try and wipe our race out. Like, if you want to outnumber people, you have to outsmart them. And they are outsmarting us, putting all of these interracial relationships, throwing them in our faces, putting them all on TV, putting them all on social media every time you scroll. Like, it's not by accident, it's by design. So think about it like this. If we have police brutality killing our people, the baby daddies are often their baby mamas. These are black people. Black on black crime, along with interracial relationships. This is how they're going to wipe us out, with those 4 things. The easiest one being the interracial relationships and making us date other people and have babies by other races so that we eventually wipe our race out.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about that video we just played you, right? Mm-hmm. So when people keep on saying, you have to ask yourself when things are happening. There used to be a time in society where interracial relationships were being frowned upon. Literally, people would lose their lives if they were found betraying their races,
frolicking with other races other than your own races. Mm-hmm. And then we also did a very similar episode to this one where some bunch of palm-colored men were really bragging about, in America they have been banned from being special source donors to make women pregnant. In America they've been banned, but in Africa they are major donors in fertility clinics where they donate their special sauce to. And then these guys were even have a Facebook and a WhatsApp group where they encourage other palm-colored men, and I don't know why it's always the palm-colored men wanting to change how the world is and how God created everything, So they were just bragging about the fact that they should just be given time. They are going to bleach the whole of Africa.
They want to be Father Abraham of Africa.
Instead of letting the black gene spread, they're gonna cut it by the knee, and they'll be the people who will be proud to be told they are responsible for doing that, doing what other people
creating
could not.
A whole different, And guys, some things you shouldn't take lightly. Much as I feel like they can never succeed, they will never succeed. They've always been trying. If they were to succeed, they already would have, with all the underhanded things they've been doing.
I think they are well on their way there. You think they're not succeeding, but compare the amount of racially ambiguous people now as to 10 years ago.
It's true. The number has increased.
Just 5 years ago, the number has significantly increased. And this is because they're using the least lethal way. They don't have to, well, some of them still do anyway, but they don't have to grape anybody. They don't have to come in and plunder. They just come in the name of love, in the name of investment, and they leave tiny little
Anyway,
seeds
guys,
in Africa, not only in Africa, but every
And
other
for
place
those
where
for people
melanated
who are-
people are.
Yeah, and for people who are saying, "Oh, it can never happen," what? If
They're
it
very
happened in
patient people.
Argentina, is a very good case
Example.
study, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, when black people visit Argentina, they're like,
Where are all the other black people
in this country?" And if you know the history very well, you know what happened in Argentina.
They sent the black men to the front line of the war, and then they just simply married their women. Whiteified Argentina.
Yeah, there's another thing you were saying about Japan using some commercials and driving programs, a lot of programs that
So that women can have that baby fever, so that they can give birth, because Japan, as you all know it, is experiencing a low birth rate, right? So I feel like Japan should look at what the white controlled American media is doing because American media has successfully romanticized interracial relationships,
Right.
because like right now it's not only in Africa or America, anywhere where melanated people are,
there has to be a palm
colored person and their seed, and the seeds are growing day by day, you know.
Yeah, and also when you look at Japan, if they feel like, you know, playing enough of those videos will eventually make
Women want to get pregnant.
Yeah, then you definitely know what to call what that is. You know what to call it, and you know what they will achieve by it. They already know what they will achieve, you know.
Yeah, and guys, I feel like through time immemorial, I've come to understand that palm-colored people are extreme planners, and they are very, very patient.
They can play a long game.
They can play a long game.
And for us, melanated population, you know, we just we just exist. We don't just exist. We are just good by nature.
True.
We tend to forgive and forget. You know, generations to come, there are those ones who don't even remember what their ancestors went through the hands of someone else.
But this,
they end up marrying the other, you know, giving them babies and whatnot.
But this, you know, you can't entirely blame melanated people, because the palm-colored population is severely trying to wipe out the black history. Because you see, even when Donald Trump said he will take office, he's gonna stop the education of black history, because he says it's traumatic and it just brings people backwards. And why do they want melanated people to not learn about what they are capable of? It's because they are preparing and marinating melanated people to, you know, guys, you know how the saying goes.
Yeah, let us know what you think about this episode. I think we are going to be leaving it there. And when somebody is trying to, what I'll leave you with, my last words, when somebody is trying to warn you about something, just try and take a look at the trends in society. Because I feel like Dr. Umar talks about a lot of things, you know.
But for some reason, some
you
people
kind of
live,
you live in ignorance, because despite the warnings, people just do, you know, until consequences are met. Is when you remember somebody somewhere warned about this, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. As usual, we thank you so much for keeping us company on this one. Let's catch you on the next. Consider subscribing if it's your first time here.